Hey folks, it's Thursday, June 4th, and I'm still at home in beautiful Millardville, British Columbia. Not a whole lot has happened, exciting and different. Yesterday was kind of a easy day. I did about 100 emails. If you sent me an email and I haven't responded to you, that's because I still have about 100 more to go, and I promise to get through them by the end of tomorrow or the next day. Yesterday I spent most of the day working on the hard drive, cleaning out some stuff, doing the emails, working on PCIM stuff, getting more of that all together, coordinating some things for upcoming tour, the trip to FISM and in Beijing, onward trips to Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Hong Kong, and then on to Nagoya, Japan, and then going to Magic Camp. Speaking of Magic Camp, we got a DVD from Mike and Jen Siegel on Magic Camp 2008. What a joy that was to watch. It came addressed to Hannah, so she was very excited. We sat and watched the entire DVD from start to end, the outtakes, the slides, and it was a glorious good time. Hannah looked at me at the end and said, I can hardly wait until this year's Magic Camp. Well, it'll be right around the corner. After that, we had the TV on, which we don't usually have around the house, so we fired up the episode of BBC's Robin Hood and had a little bit of fun with that. And then after that, I downloaded a few episodes of one of my favorite shows, Prison Break. I had episodes 18 to 22 to watch, and I started to watch it and realized around 19 and 20 that I was seeing the end of a show. By 21, I was positive the series was coming to an ending. You see, I don't actually pay attention to the television, so I just get it from torrent, and I don't watch the magazines or read the newspapers, and so I wasn't aware that the television station had actually canceled Prison Break. And along came episode 22, and there was the ending. At least there was an ending. It wasn't like one of those television series that just kind of stop and you don't see the end of it, like Deadwood or HBO's Rome, or a weird ending like Sopranos. What happened at the end of Sopranos? If you know, if you really understand, you let me know, because I am so confused. I watched it on a plane, and I remember watching the DVD. I was running the DVD, and the ending came, and I rewound, and I watched the ending again, and I was confused, so I watched it again. And when I took my headphones off, the guy sitting next to me looked over and said, yeah, I don't get the ending either. I said, pardon me? He says, you're watching The Sopranos last episode. I said, yeah, I am. And he says, I don't know the ending either. And he said, I noticed you rewind and watch it again, and I was hoping maybe you understood it. I went, nope, no clue. Well, I actually understood the end of Prison Break, and I thought it was a very clever ending, not exactly what I'd want, but not everything ends happy. That's life, right? So life goes on. Then I crawled into bed early, because why? I got up today at 5:30 a.m. Had finished our paperwork, did our passport pictures and everything, and headed on down to the Chinese embassy. On of all times, we didn't realize it, but it was the 20th anniversary of Tiananmen Square. Now, normally when I arrive at 7 o'clock in the morning, there's already a lineup outside the door waiting for the doors to open at 7 a.m. so they can pile in and line up, because only the first 100 people get to go in. Well, Lori and I showed up this morning at about 6:45 in front of the door, and we were the only people there. I went and had breakfast at Denny's. I had some eggs and some toast and some hash browns, and then headed back over. It was about 7:15, and guess what? We were the only people in the line, and we were there till about 7:30, and then the crowd started coming in. But it was no crowd like it normally is. In fact, we processed. We were number one. We were processed in and told to return at noon to get our visas. We went and visited my niece Amy. She works at a little hair salon just around the corner on Granville Street. And if you've not read my blog before, Amy is a brilliant hairstylist. In fact, she is the winner of Contessa, and she works for Joico for a year, and she's just brilliant at her job. In fact, she's so good, she did my hair. Look at that. It actually matches. It's not like the one in, where was I? Manchester, where it was all, was it Manchester? No, someplace over there where they hacked it all to bits. And no, she actually highlighted it again, so I got the blonde in, but it's not like just straight across. It's all worked in across. Oh, I was very excited. And she did such a good job. I plan on going back there in about a month, just before I go to FISM, so I can look good, hot, and cool, and whatever you want to call it. Okay, old, with a goofy hairstyle. But it's still me, and I'll take what I got. Thanks, Amy, for doing it. You rock. After I had my hair styled, we went back around noon, and went in where there's usually, this humongous lineup to pick up visas. We paid the extra $100 to get the rush visa, and there was only like 20 people in the line, and they were only at number 70 served in the whole place, which means they still could serve 30 that day, and it was noon. I have to tell you, At noon, when I've been there in the past, they've already been through the 100 and there's another 50 people complaining, knowing they have to go the next morning. It was very bizarre, but I think maybe it's because it's leading into the hot season. But anyways, I got my visa, Lori got her visa, Hannah got her visa, and we're set to go to FISM World Competition, Beijing, right around the corner. What else did we do? Oh, came home and realized that it was just about 1 o'clock, and we could make it to Hannah's school concert. We were planning on going to one at 7:30 in the evening because they repeat the concert twice. But instead, we raced over and got to see Hannah's school concert all about Canada. What a brilliant concert it was. Children learned about Canada, learned about their heritage, learned not to say, when people say, where are you from, not to say I'm from India, I'm from Scotland, I'm from England, to say I'm Canadian. My heritage is Indian. My heritage is Scottish. My heritage is England. I love this. Nothing I despise more than when people say, I'm Irish. You're not Irish. You're American or you're Canadian. Your family was from Ireland and you're Irish by heritage. But for God's sake, tell them where you're from. Be proud of where you're from. I'm Canadian. My heritage is Scottish and I'm proud that my heritage is Scottish. But I am Canadian. July 1st is coming up, right around the corner. Canada Day, a huge celebration. And I wish people would say, I am Canadian. Or if you're American, say, I am American. Nothing drives me more crazy than when I talk to somebody and they say, oh, where are you from? They say, oh, I'm Irish. And I go, really? Where in Ireland are you from? They say, New York. New York is not part of Ireland. Newsflash, you may have more Irish pubs than all of Ireland combined, but you're not Irish. You're American. You're Irish heritage, and that's great, but you're American. End of story. If you're from Boston, you're Bostonian, American. And you can be an Irish Boston, but you're still American. Boy, did I get that rant out? Good. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. Oh, my niece Amy and I had a great talk. We talked about passions. She has a passion for hairstyling, and she's great at it. And she said, you know, Uncle Sean, you have a passion for magic. And she tried to tell me that when she was younger, in her early 20s, that she was actually angry at other people who couldn't find their passion. She didn't understand because she thought everybody's passion would be vocational related. And she said something I thought was really interesting. She said, maybe not everybody's passion is vocational related. Maybe some people's passion is to inspire others. Maybe some people's passions are to be the organizer of things. Maybe some people's passion is motherhood or to nurture others. And that not everybody's passion is vocational. In fact, she said when she was younger, she used to get angry at friends who didn't have passions, and then she felt sorry for them. I still think everybody should be able to find a passion that becomes their vocation. I understand if it doesn't, but to search for that passion is the greatest quest of all. And Amy brought it up, and I thought it was just such a cool thing that she did. Soon she'll have a website at Amy, A-I-M-E-E, Cox.com. And I'm looking forward to seeing her hairstyles and all her award-winning videos and things like that on how she does what she does, her little magic. I love my hair. Well, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tonight we're off for a picnic in the park, and then Hannah has her final theater arts class, and tomorrow is Friday. Saturday comes along, and then Sunday, National Farquhar Day. It's Sean's birthday, and I'm going to be going to the Vancouver Magic Circle Children's Magician of the Year competition in the afternoon, and then a barbecue at my house with a late-night movie. If you're in town, I want to be in town, drop on by, and you're welcome. We'll talk to you soon. You keep well, keep busy, but most of all, be happy.